Mr. Chair, and it's great to be able to put Tracy Martin's mind at rest and confirm that we are, of course, partly listening and, of course, can stand and, or partly listening, not to everyone, and retort some of the comments that we've heard thus far this evening. And what an extraordinary negative bunch they are on the other side, Mr. Chair. I mean, sometimes I wonder, they must... There are parties that look for the shadows. I sense that they sit in the corner of a dark room and try to imagine all the negative permutations that could possibly occur in the sucking lemons. Well said, Stuart. All the possible permutations. They always cover it. They always start, Mr. Chair, with the view that they are broadly supportive. We are broadly supportive of what we're seeking to do, but now let's look at the list of permutations and possibilities that we could imagine that might happen one day that could be negative. So it's such a shame that that they live life with such a dark lens over their perspective, Mr. Chair. But particularly to the bill and Part 1, and if I could just spend a moment, Mr. Chair, reflecting on the comments with respect to this concept enabled only, not directed, enabled. It's a great word, that, and I think there should be, some clearly do, but it enables a principal to look after one school. And so we've heard over the last hour or so around how this could be a problem. And indeed, I think it was Mr. Hipkins said that this is a challenge because schools have different cultures and different successes in terms of their learning environment. So how terrible would it be if a principal could be appointed from one school, one would assume in this case a successful one, and then be able to apply their capacity across both schools to lift the performance of our children. Well, Mr. Chair, this is what this bill is entirely focused on. That's right. This is about leadership. This is about principals who have demonstrated to their particular school that they are a leader, they are delivering a culture of performance of our children, and that should be encouraged and embraced. And if the opportunity that this bill enables is that that principal can then apply that leadership strength and capability across two schools for the benefit of more children. That's not saying that it has to happen, it is saying that it enables it. And so standing on the other side saying, oh, well, this is bad. I can't see that you have children at the front of your mind when you make comments like that from my perspective, Mr. Chair. Leadership is important and it should be encouraged, and the opportunity provided for our principals to be able to apply their skill and over more than one school. Mr. Chairman, I'd also like to make a comment with respect to the opening hours. Again, we've heard a tirade of potential permutations and complexities that this could bring to communities. Well, Mr. Chair, with respect to the opposition, let's start trusting our parents who sit on boards of trustees. This is an enabling piece of legislation. It's not directing them, it's handing it to our boards of trustees and saying that if this works for your community, then you have the capacity to consult with your community and to evolve and to make it happen. It's not a dictate, it's enabling. And again, that word seems to have missed the lexicon of understanding on the other side. And it's quite extraordinary listening to Tracy Martin saying that then there's a word when we talk about community which says business. Oh my goodness. That means that business is part of a community. Yes, because those businesses are filled with parents. And so it's not a problem for businesses and the broader community and the role that they play to be part of a consultative process which is comprehensive. In fact, as someone relatively new to education, I was astounded at the layers of consultation that we've embedded in this. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, this is good legislation. It is enabling legislation. It trusts our parents. And it puts our children at the centre of education excellence, and it should be encouraged as opposed to blocked at every turn by parties who always see the negative, who love the shadows and enjoy the darkness. I support this.
The Honourable